30 memorable quotes from film 3.10 Yuma 2007 Part 2. 3.10 Yuma, 2007, directed by James Mangold, is a gripping and morally complex Western that reimagines the 1957 classic. Set in post-Civil War Arizona, the film centers on Dan Evans, Christian Bale, a struggling rancher and war veteran who volunteers to escort the notorious outlaw Ben Wade, Russell Crowe, to the town of Contention, where Wade is to board the 3:10 train to Yuma prison. Evans takes on the dangerous mission for $200 and a chance to restore his dignity in the eyes of his family, especially his skeptical son, William. As the journey unfolds, the two men form a tense and evolving relationship, with Wade's cunning charisma clashing against Evans' quiet resilience. Along the way, they are relentlessly pursued by Wade's vicious gang, led by the fiercely loyal and bloodthirsty Charlie Prince, Ben Foster. The film explores themes of honor, redemption, fatherhood, and sacrifice. Russell Crowe and Christian Bale deliver powerhouse performances, while the film's gritty realism, intense action, and moral ambiguity breathe new life into the Western genre. The climax, tragic, unexpected, and poignant, cements 3:10 Yuma as a modern Western classic with psychological depth and emotional resonance. Even bad men love their mamas. Ben Wade. I've always liked you. Evans. I would have liked to shoot you in the back myself. Ben Wade. Sometimes a man has to be big enough to see how small he is. Dan Evans. You're so full of hate, you don't even see it. Alice Evans. You're not all bad. Dan Evans. I'm not a hero. I'm just trying to get what's mine. Dan Evans. You just remember that your old man walked Ben Wade to that train when nobody else would. Dan Evans. Remind me never to play poker in this town. Ben Wade. I've killed everything that's walked or crawled at one time or another. Charlie Prince. You got a family to feed, and I respect that. Ben Wade. I wouldn't last 5 minutes leading an outfit like that. Ben Wade. I'll come. Dan Evans. Volunteering to escort Wade. I think you're so full of crap. Your eyes are brown. Butterfield. You try and run. I'm gonna shoot you myself. Dan Evans. He ain't no hero. He's just a farmer. Charlie Prince. I ain't never been no one's son, Mr. Charlie Prince. You ever read the Bible, Dan? Ben Wade. You ever read the one about the shepherd and the flock? Ben Wade. Your conscience is killing you, Wade. Dan Evans. I wouldn't last 5 minutes leading an outfit like that. That's why I'm the boss. Ben Wade. Don't you ever talk about my wife again. Dan Evans. Your son's got guts. I'll give him that. Ben Wade. I'll pay you $200 to let me go. Ben Wade. You're the most stubborn man I ever met. Ben Wade. I never took you for a fool, Evans. Ben Wade. It's okay, Pa. I know why you did it. William Evans. If you make me do this, I will hunt you down and kill you. Charlie Prince. I told you to stay in the house. Dan Evans. You got the guts to do what's right, even when everyone else runs. Ben Wade. Why are you doing this? Evans. Ben Wade. Because I'm better than you. Dan Evans. You're not all bad, Wade. You're just made that way. William Evans. Well, I'll be damned. Ben Wade. I'm not the one on trial here. Ben Wade. It's not about the money. Dan Evans. You ever have a son? You ever have to explain to him why he's got no leg? Dan Evans. The town is full of cowards, but not you. Ben Wade. They're gonna remember you, Dan. Dash. Ben Wade. You got 500 yards and 30 seconds, Mr. Charlie Prince. You've got more nerve than I thought. Ben Wade. You're standing in the way of progress. Dash. Butterfield. Your father's no coward? Ben Wade. I ain't never seen a man do what you just did. Charlie Prince. God ain't watching. He's too busy. Ben Wade. Sometimes the law ain't justice. Dan Evans. You did it, Pa. You got him to the train. William Evans. You got no right to be here. Wade. Marshall Weathers. What are you smiling at? Dan Evans. I just did something very stupid. Ben Wade. The 3.10 to Yuma. That's the train I'm taking. Ben Wade.